Hello and welcome to Six Pack. Today I'm going to continue the series What If Deku Life Was a Romantic K-Drama Part 2. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and to watch more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and turn that bell notification on so you never miss an upload. Now wasting no more time, let's begin.
As their date gets underway, Ochako and Midoriya are strolling together. Ochako said, "So Deku, where are we going first?" "Well, there's this carnival that just opened up, so I was thinking we could go there," Midoriya stated to her. When Ochako said, "Oh, just like our first date," Midoriya gave a nod. "Yep, I want to make sure this date is best, you deserve it." Ochako gave him a hug. "Oh, thanks honey." Midoriya flushed a little. "No problem babe." Ochako was astounded by what he saw when the two arrived at the carnival. "Wow, it's so big Deku." "Yep, it's one of the biggest ones in Tokyo," admitted Midoriya. Ochako quickly wrapped her arms around Midoriya's muscular arm as a smile appeared on her lips. The boy with the broccoli hair was pulled into the carnival by Ochako, who said, "Well then let's go." Ochako felt a tremendous wave of nostalgia as soon as he entered the carnival and heard the blissful music. With curiosity, Ochako searched the area and found something to do. "Wow, this is bringing back memories. Look Deku, bumper cars." Midoriya looked in the direction of the attraction. Ochako ran to them and bobbed her head excitedly, asking if she wanted to go ride them. Midoriya enjoyed her joy and laughed at her youthful enthusiasm. Ochako said, "You coming Deku," which caused him to think. He hurried to her after nodding. Midoriya chose a green car, and Ochako chose a pink bumper car. Riding in the bumper cars and colliding with one another was a lot of fun for the two. Due to her parents' financial circumstances, Ochako in particular was unable to participate in many enjoyable activities when she was younger. Ochako took Midoriya's rough hand as the two exited the bumper cars. "That was a lot of fun, though I barely got to move around." Ochako felt a little ashamed because she kept bumping into him. Sorry honey, got a bit too aggressive." A smile came to Midoriya's lips. "It's okay, you made it a lot of fun." Then Ochako's large eyes widened. Ochako gestured to a stand filled with mouth-watering candies and said, "Deku, over there." Ochako ran over and jumped up and down like a kid when he heard the words, "cotton candy." Midoriya received blue cotton candy, while Ochako received the traditional pink variety. They were enjoying their decadent treat while seated side by side on a bench. Midoriya chuckled as he noticed that Ochako's face was a little sloppy. "You got a little on your face." Ochako blushed after feeling her face and noticing cotton candy on her cheek. Midoriya approached Ochako and ate the small piece of cotton candy, saying, "Don't worry, I got it. There you go." She then looked at his face and said, "Thank you." Ochako kissed Midoriya on the cheek and said, "I think I see some on your face too." She wanted to kiss him, but there wasn't really any on his face. A faint flush came over his face. "Well Ochako, I think I have some on lips." Ochako pressed her lips against his and they began kissing. "Oh yeah, I see it," she said. When Ochako became excited about something else, the kiss ended. She ran to a game stand and bolted up. "Whoa, come over here Deku." When Midoriya's thoughts finally caught up, he visited Ochako. "What is it honey?" Ochako said, "Look at that big plushie," indicating a large, fluffy, pink bunny. "It would be perfect for me." "You mean Oka?" Once more, Ochako felt ashamed. "Yeah, for her, that's what I meant." Midoriya touched Ochako's shoulder with his right hand. Midoriya winked as he concluded, "Don't worry honey, I'll win you an Oka something, you just gotta make sure you give me my own reward." Midoriya was rarely this self-assured and was typically terrible at flirting, so Ochako flushed. But she chose to comply without giving it any thought. "Okay Deku, I have the perfect reward in mind." He winced slightly as Ochako gave him a sensual glance with incredibly alluring eyes. The carnival game he had to play was a straightforward knock down the pins game. "Okay then, here I go. You have 5 chances to knock them down using these little balls or your special ability. There are 50 pins in total, and you can win a prize if you knock down 15 of them." When Midoriya picked up a ball and threw it, not a single pin was knocked down. Midoriya tossed another ball, but this time it failed to knock down a single pin. Once more, not a single pin was knocked down, so the third attempt wasn't lucky. It seemed as though these balls had no chance of knocking down the pins, and Midoriya was beginning to grow suspicious. This fourth throw, which he made sure to throw with great force, barely shook the pin even though the ball flew to the pins. Midoriya was completely taken aback. He was right to suspect that something was amiss. Because the pins are so heavy, it is nearly impossible to knock them down. "Hey Deku, use your quirk." Midoriya chose to use his quirk because it seemed like the only way to win, even though he didn't want to because it seemed unfair given how strong it was. Midoriya held his hand in a finger-flicking position and activated full cowl, saying, "Okay Ochako, I'll use it." Delaware Smash. Midoriya shocked the booth worker by flicking his fingers and releasing a massive windstorm that blew away the entire stand in addition to the pins. Looks like I went a bit too far. Ochako was in complete awe of Midoriya at the moment and greatly appreciated his strength. Yeah, way to go Deku. Well, you can pick 3 toys, the booth employee said, still feeling a little shocked. Ochako's hands swiftly gathered up the large pink bunny. Midoriya approached and looked at the toys. Midoriya picked up a plush green turtle and said, "I think Oka would like this turtle." He took another look at all the plush toys and picked the ideal one, saying, "And I guess I can get one for myself." It was a tiny plush All Might. "Hey Ochako, look, I am here." Ochako laughed. "Great All Might impression, babe." Happy to have made her laugh, Midoriya grinned. "So can I have my reward?" Reminding herself of her pledge, Ochako grinned. "Oh yeah, don't worry Deku, you'll get it very soon." Midoriya could tell it would be worth the wait when Ochako made that same seductive face. "So what do you want to do next?" Ochako swiftly pulled him over to a major attraction by grabbing his buff arm. "I want to do that." When Midoriya looked up, a massive, vibrant Ferris wheel was visible. Ochako enthusiastically nodded. "You want to ride it? Well, let's go." Together, the two board the Ferris wheel. While Midoriya was primarily ogling her breathtaking beauty, Ochako was enamored with the breathtaking view from above. The two made the decision to depart from the carnival after getting off the Ferris wheel. "That was so much fun Deku, I loved it." Since they hadn't gone on a date in a long time, Midoriya was happy that it went so well. He believed he should give her a perfect moment. "I'm really glad you enjoyed it honey, but it's not over yet because I'm gonna take you to this 5-star restaurant." She encircled Midoriya's muscular waist with her arms. "I can't wait." However, a mysterious figure stopped them en route. She was dressed in grass and had long blonde hair. "Stop, as you're in presence of the queen." Ochako dropped Midoriya and gave the woman a scowl. "Who are you?" "I am the Nature Queen, and I require your blood for the League of Villains," she said. When Midoriya heard her words, his eyes widened. Did she say League of Villains? "And why do you want our blood?" Ochako questioned. Ochako stopped Midoriya before he could activate his full cowl. "What honey? Let me beat this villain," she resolutely declared. Midoriya said to her, "Are you sure, I can just defeat her?" "Yes Deku, I can handle her, and you just fought a villain, and I haven't done hero work in a while, so just sit back and enjoy the show," Ochako advised him. Midoriya's smile returned, and he was still confident about her from UA Elevated. He loved her so much because of that, among other things. "Okay Ochako, you can do it." The Nature Queen said, "How unfortunate, I guess I'll have to attack you for it," as she was surrounded by plants. Some of the plants broke the ground, but Ochako managed to avoid them. In the end, one plant grabs Ochako by wrapping around her leg. Ochako touched a shattered piece of the ground, making it float, before she lifted into the air. Then Ochako tosses it in the direction of the Nature Queen, letting it strike her just in time to release Ochako. Running over to the Nature Queen, Ochako snatched her hand and threw her to the ground. The Nature Queen uses plants that have grown out of her arm to strike her in the stomach to get her to stop. Then the Nature Queen encircled Ochako's body with her plants. Although Midoriya wanted to assist her, he refrained from doing so since he knew Ochako preferred to handle this alone. Ochako managed to escape by barely touching the plant. "Okay, now let's end this." The Nature Queen was surrounded by more plants, one of which was pressed up against Ochako's arm. With this in mind, Ochako drew the Nature Queen to her. When they were near, Ochako took hold of her arm, slammed her to the ground, and caused her to float. Ochako punched her before she got too high, but she was feeling sick and couldn't do much more. However, Midoriya's shoulder was stabbed by a rose that emerged from the Nature Queen's arm while she was in the air. Ouch. Her husband was hurting, and Ochako looked back in pain. Deku no, regretfully, she was unable to continue and vomited on the ground. Ochako hurried over to Midoriya as soon as the Nature Queen was freed and managed to get away. "Deku, are you okay?" Midoriya gave a painful nod. "Yeah, I'm fine Ochako, my arm just hurts a bit." Ochako gave him a passionate hug. "I'm so happy you are." Midoriya lost himself in his thoughts as he was being hugged. That lady mentioned the League of Villains. Are they back, and if they are, how, and why do they want our blood? Do they want any other pro-hero's blood? And they got mine. What are they gonna do wi? The words, Deku you're muttering again, spoken by Ochako, caused him to stop muttering. You okay? Yeah I'm fine, replying Midoriya. Ochako nodded, and the two hurried to the restaurant. But we gotta hurry before the restaurant closes. Unfortunately, the restaurant was closed and they arrived too late due to a fight. After saying goodbye to Inko, Ochako and Midoriya return home. Oka is asleep now, and they are both in the living room getting ready for bed. I'm really sorry Ochako. Ochako was perplexed. About what Deku? Well I wanted to give you the perfect date Ochako, but it ended up being a disaster, Midoriya regretted. Ochako took Midoriya's hand in his. Oh Deku, the date wasn't a disaster. Really Ochako? Inquired Midoriya. I mean we didn't even get to eat dinner. She hauled him up. I don't care about dinner Deku, I just wanted to spend time with you again and I did. She gave him a kiss, it was an amazing date. With a smile on his face, Midoriya expressed his happiness at having made her laugh. Following their endearing chat, the two head upstairs to their beds. Before they entered, Ochako stopped walking. Hey Deku. Yes Ochako, said Midoriya. You know I still haven't given you that reward yet, Ochako replied. Oka is asleep and it would be the perfect way to end our date. Midoriya understood what Ochako was discussing. They both enter the bedroom and have the ideal way to end the evening. Oh I see, sure, I've been waiting for the reward. Kirishima was presently watching cartoons on his television on this Thursday. He heard his doorbell ring and said, yeah, this show is awesome. I gotta tell Bakubro about it. I wonder who that is. Mina was there when he went to open the door. Hello Eijiro. Kirishima was a little embarrassed because he hadn't anticipated her and was still in his red riot pajamas. Kirishima started to scratch his neck and said, oh hey babe, wasn't expecting you. I would have changed. Mina grinned. Kirishima blushed a little and Mina kissed him on the lips, saying, it's fine honey, you look hot in anything. After that, she strolled over to his couch and settled down comfortably. Oh I'm so exhausted. Kirishima approached and took a seat beside her. What did you do today babe? Mina said, well, I met up with Aoyama. Oh how's he? Kirishima inquired. His fashion business and hero work with Toru is going well, Mina stated to him. That's great, said Kirishima. Mina said, so how about you, Eijiro? What did you do? Well I actually invited Toyomitsu and Imajiki to the wedding today, she replied. Ooh okay, so who have we invited so far honey? Mina responded. Well we have invited Imajiki, Toyomitsu, Tetsu, Kendo, the Aizawa family, Yamada, and our classmates, she replied. As soon as Mina realized something, her face changed. Wait, does that mean Mineta coming? Kirishima said, yeah, is that a problem? No, I just hope he's not staring at my chest, Mina informed him. Mina felt Kirishima's hand on her shoulder. Ah don't worry, Mineta has grown out of that, sort of. Yeah I guess you right, Mina said as she sat in Kirishima's lap. She saw what appeared to be a stab mark on his arm while she was in his lap. Eijiro, what's that? Kirishima started to feel a little uneasy. He was attempting to conceal this from Mina, but he had forgotten that his pajamas had short sleeves. Oh well, when I was meeting up with Toyomitsu and Imajiki, I got into a fight. Mina gave him a cute, irate glare and said, what, didn't the doctor tell you not to fight until you were fully healed? Kirishima clarified, well, they attacked us, I didn't start the fight. Mina's rage started to fade. Okay, but still were you gonna keep this from me? Kirishima could tell by Mina's expression that she was depressed and felt horrible. I'm sorry Mina, we're going to get married soon, and we shouldn't keep from each other. Mina grinned once more. She kissed him on the cheek, then remembered something. Oh how can I stay mad at you, you're too cute. Wait, did the person you fought want your blood? Yeah, how did you know, answered Kirishima. Saying, because that's what happened to me see. Mina held out her arm to him. Wait, were you keeping that from me? Mina informed him, no, I was going to tell you. Well back to what I was saying, somebody wanted our blood, and they seem to be working with the people who beat you up. Mina nodded when Kirishima proposed that, we should talk to Midoriya and Tsukauchi, so they can investigate. Mina remarked, well Eijiro, I really missed you. Mina slammed her lips against Kirishima's as she said, I really missed you too Mina. Soon after, Kirishima started kissing him back, but sadly, her stomach interrupted the kiss, so it didn't last long. Mina remarked, looks like someone is hungry. Kirishima's expression was one of sheepishness. Pulling out his phone, Kirishima said, yeah, I guess I am. Better order something. Mina said, no, and leapt out of his lap. His expression alone told her that he was perplexed. Let your soon-to-be wife cook you some food. Kirishima said to her, are you sure, Mina? I can just order something? The woman kissed him and said, yes honey, I'll cook for you. It'll be a little sneak peek of our married lives together. As Kirishima said, okay then, I can't wait to see what you make, babe. Mina entered the kitchen and started to prepare some rice for Kirishima, but she was at a loss as to how to do it. Oh, where do I even start? She heard Kirishima say, everything okay, Mina, from the living room. Mina became even more anxious. Was he noticing that she was at a loss for what to do? Mina took out her phone and searched for rice cooking recipes, saying, yep, Ejiro, everything is fine. An hour later, Mina brings the rice to Kirishima after she has finished cooking it. Okay Kirishima, it's ready. Ooh yes Mina, I can't wait to Kirishima said, but his enthusiasm vanished when he saw how thoroughly burned the rice was. When Mina saw his face, she knew something was wrong. She looked away from him and sadly plopped on the couch, saying, oh, I know Kirishima. I'm so sorry babe. Kirishima turned in her direction. Hey, it's fine Mina. She turned back to face him. No, it's not fine. What wife doesn't cook for her husband? Mina, I don't care about that. That's not the reason I fell in love with you, Kirishima said, embracing her. Mina felt better overall, but the worry persisted in her mind. Thank you Kirishima. Kirishima pulled out his phone and said, well, I guess I'll order some food then. In the end, Kirishima placed an order for teriyaki chicken and noodles. The two made the decision to watch a movie after eating. As Mina approached Kirishima, the two started to cuddle. Let's watch a movie babe. Kirishima said, okay sure, have any idea what to watch? Mina saw a movie that immediately drew her in. Ooh, that movie. Kirishima said, oh, I saw that movie with Bakubro and Kami, to Mina. Did you like it? Mina inquired. Kirishima remarked, yeah, it was awesome and manly, and Bakubro almost got kicked out. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't get kicked out, Mina replied. Kirishima remarked, well, let's just say Kami has her ways of calming him down. They started watching the movie after he put it on. He turned to face her, who was sleeping, and said, yeah, that was even more awesome the second time. What did you think, Mina? When she slept, Kirishima thought she looked so cute. Kirishima kissed her on the head and said, welp, I guess it is late. Good night, Mina. Kirishima soon nodded off as well. Bakugo is presently watching television while lounging on the couch. Kirishima was wrong. This show totally sucks. I mean, the characters are undeveloped, humor is unfunny, and the plot is all over the place. Bakugo's phone started to ring. He pulled out his phone and saw it was his mother, saying, great, Kami is calling again. Bakugo picked up his phone and said, this is even worse. What do you want, Mom? His mother yelled back at him as soon as he had finished speaking. Why didn't you tell me you had a girlfriend? Bakugo had been doing his best to keep it a secret, so he was shocked by the shouting as well as the girlfriend issue. How did she find out? He chose to pretend to be unaware in order to confuse her. Mom, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm single. Screaming, don't play games with me, I saw it all on the news. The news. He reached for the remote control, turned on the news, and was astounded by what he saw. The explosive hero. Explosion Murder's girlfriend has been discovered. It's great explosion murder god Dynamight, complained Bakugo. Illus O Kami or just Kami has posted images of her and her boyfriend, and if you look at him, you can see he's explosion murder. No, Bakugo insisted. So you know now, huh? When Mitsuki said, yeah I do, why did you keep this from me so long, he appeared angry. I wonder why, Mom, Bakugo shot back cynically. Don't use that tone with me, Mitsuki scolded. I want to meet her. He yelled, okay, then, she'll meet you tonight. The reply was, don't raise your voice at me, Mitsuki. Bakugo hung up the phone after saying, not my fault, I get it from you. Bakugo became aware of what he had just consented to after a few seconds. Dang it, He called Kami right away. Oh hey Bakube. We have a big problem, Bakugo reported to her. Hey, you're not gonna say hi, Kami said, teasing him a bit. I'm serious Kami, we have a problem, he replied. Since he addressed her by name, Kami realized it was crucial to stop making jokes. Okay, what is it? Well, my mom found out about us, and wants to meet you now, he continued. Was that it? Kami laughed a little. Is that all, Bakube? Are you afraid your parents won't like me? Bakugo's face flushed. Well Kami, you know I love you. He realized what he was saying and instantly felt bad about it because he could see she was grinning broadly. Teased, go on Bakube, she said. Well, it's very hard to impress my mom, so that's why I've been trying to hide it, but she always finds out because she's so nosy, he said. So can you meet them tonight? I don't know, what are you gonna do for me, she said. What do you want? Bakugo asked annoyed. When Kami told him, I'll tell you after Bakube. Bakugo started to get a little anxious about what she wanted. Okay. I'll send you her address and meet us at 6 o'clock. Okay Bakube, can't wait, Byzies. When she spoke in that manner, Bakugo rolled his eyes, bye. After that, Bakugo began getting ready by taking a shower, brushing his teeth, and putting on clothes that were suitable for the occasion. After that, he anxiously waited for Kami at his mother's house. When Kami finally showed up at 5:50, she was dressed in a stunning, shiny gray dress. Hey Bakube, I'm here. Although Bakugo refused to acknowledge it, he was both shocked and agitated by her appearance. Why are you wearing that? We're meeting my parents, not a queen. She winked as she said, well, I'm just trying to impress your parents by looking totes hot. After telling Kami, well, we better go inside, Bakugo knocked on the door. His mother was not pleased when the door opened and she saw him. What was taking you so long? I've been waiting forever. Already annoyed with his mother, Bakugo rolled his eyes. Mom, you told us to get here at 6, and we're here at that exact time, we're not even late. She reprimanded, well, you could have been here earlier. Bakugo let out a groan and entered with Kami. Who's this pretty lady? Bakugo informed her, you know who it is, Mom, it's my girlfriend. I know, I'm just shocked you got such a pretty girl to date you, said Mitsuki. Bakugo was enraged by this. Hey, I can get any pretty girl to date to me. Mitsuki shot back, are you sure you can with your constant screaming? Kami laughed. It was amusing to watch them quarrel, and she could see where Bakugo's personality came from. Additionally, Bakugo unintentionally called her attractive. Masaru laughed nervously. I'm guessing Katsuki is here, he said. Hey honey, why don't we have his girlfriend introduce herself, instead of arguing? Mitsuki's arms were crossed. Fine. After hearing this, Bakugo rolled his eyes in frustration. I'm Kami Utsushimi, or should I say Kami Bakugo, because me and Bakube are totes getting married, Bakugo said. She seems sweet, Masura remarked. Oh, and follow me to the table so we can eat. They all gathered at the table to eat the fried rice and orange chicken Masura had prepared for dinner. Mr. Bakugo, this is totes amazing. I can see where Bakube got his cooking skills from. He uttered, oh call me Masura, Kami, and thank you. I taught Katsuki everything I know. Mitsuki remarked, too bad he couldn't learn some manners from you. Because all I could learn from you is being a jerk, Bakugo shouted. Masura said, hey, let's change the subject, in an attempt to bring some harmony to the table. Well Kami, I have to ask you, how do you deal with his rage, asked Mitsuki. Kami smirked and remarked, well, he gets angry a lot, and it can be sort of annoying, but I have my ways of calming him down. I bet it's more than sorta annoying, it's probably very hard to stand, said Mitsuki. Bakugo sarcastically exclaimed, hey mom, why don't we ask dad how he deals with you? In an attempt to shift the conversation, Masura said, hey Kami, how's hero work? Well, it's a lot of fun, kicking bad guys' butts, and saving people is incredible, Kami said. Me and Bakube even team up sometimes, like on our last date where he said he loves me. Bakugo snarled. She had to tell them that. Mitsuki said, wait son, you actually admitted you loved her, with a hint of surprise in her voice. Yes, he replied, blushing a little. That's crazy, said Mitsuki. Masura remarked, yeah that's kinda hard to believe. Bakugo complained, well, it happened okay, it's not that big of a deal. Mitsuki inquired, well, if you love this girl, when is the wedding? When she asked, Bakugo's eyes widened in surprise, and Kami smirked at him. Mom, we've only been dating for 6 months. When Mitsuki said, well Katsuki, I want grandchildren. Kami winked and remarked, don't worry, I'll try my best. No, we're not having a wedding soon, or ever, same with kids, Bakugo replied. Oh, you'll change your mind eventually, you won't be able to resist forever, kinda like your father, said Mitsuki. Bakugo's face turned red with shame. Mom, shut up. When Mitsuki said, hey Kami, want to see some pictures of Katsuki? Oh totes, said Kami. Oh please mom no. Instead of listening, Mitsuki took out her phone and started taking pictures. Here's a picture of him as a baby, he cried a lot. Ah. Here's him in his school photo. Kami teasingly said, wow, Bakube, you're actually smiling. He snarled, hey, I smile a lot. Oh, and here's him dressed as a pink bunny for Halloween. What, I thought you deleted that. Kami remarked, that is so cute. After that, she faced Bakugo. She gave him a cheek kiss and said, but I think you are way cuter now. Bakugo's mother took a photo of him while he was blushing a little. Hey, don't post that. Dumb hair and raccoon eyes will make fun of me for months. She said, too late, and Bakugo's attitude deteriorated. As dinner went on, a lot of crazy arguments and conversations took place. Now that everyone has finished their meal, Bakugo and Kami are ready to depart. Well, it was great meeting you, Kami. You seem like a nice girlfriend for Bakugo, Masura stated. Kami winked and said, thank you, Masura, but I believe you mean nice wife for Bakugo. Bakugo informed Kami, we're not getting married anytime soon. Kami remarked, hey, that's not never, you're a keeper, Mitsuki remarked. Thanks, Mitsuki, and don't worry, I'll get you those grandchildren soon. Bakugo muttered. Oh brother, make it stop, he said. Treat her right, Katsuki, Mitsuki instructed her kids. Don't worry, he has been, confirmed Kami. After saying their goodbyes, Bakugo and Kami departed. Your parents are incredible, Bakube. Well, my dad is, he said, refusing to acknowledge his love for his mother. Oh, and thank you, you made a great impression on them. When Bakugo thanked her, Kami was taken aback. It's no problem, Bakube, besides you still owe me something. Bakugo rolled his eyes, forgetting she was looking for something. She smirked and then slammed her lips against his, asking, what do you want? After that, the two started kissing passionately for a long time. Oh really, that's all you wanted? Yeah, Bakube, I didn't actually need you to give me something, that's how love works, and you should know, since you love me, right, replied Kami. Bakugo retorted, arg, we're not going through this again, as she continued to tease him. Right now Momo was out waiting for someone. She hardly ever saw Todoroki anymore, and he has been getting worse every day. Now he was back in their backyard, atop the hill. Momo received a terrifying note from him today, which made her even more anxious. It stated that in order to protect her and the child from harm, he is leaving them. Momo needed assistance immediately, and Midoriya was the person who could help. He said, hello Momo, as he entered the backyard. Momo exclaimed, oh hi Midoriya, with enthusiasm, where's Ochako? Midoriya started to look sheepish. Well, she and Oka are lost in your huge mansion. Hey Deku, come check out their kitchen, it's the size of our house, Ochako shouted at him. The reply was, in a minute babe, from Midoriya. So what's the problem, Momo? Momo said, well, you know I'm pregnant, right? Midoriya was immediately perplexed. What, you're pregnant? Momo said to him, yeah, you didn't know, I told Ochako. Midoriya gave a headshake. Nope, I guess she forgot to tell me. Well, even since I told Shoto I was pregnant, he's been different because he's scared to become a dad since he might be like his dad and abuse us, Momo said. He hasn't been around much at all anymore and he left this terrifying note. He looked over the note she handed him. When he was done, Midoriya's eyes widened. Oh no, this is really bad. I know Izuku, and you were able to help him during the sports festival, so please help, she requested. Midoriya could see the sorrow in the creation hero's eyes and felt terrible for her. Not only was she one of his best friends, but heroes are meant to help others, so of course he was going to help her. I'll do it, Momo. Momo was ecstatic that Midoriya would assist her. Her entire body was glowing. Oh thank you, this means so much, I don't know what I'd do without him. It's no problem, Momo, Midoriya assured her. Midoriya started to leave and made her way to Todoroki, saying, I'll be right back. However, Midoriya saw something utterly startling halfway there. Standing directly in front of him was All Might. All Might, was all he could manage to say. Everyone may have nodded. Yep, it's me, but please call me Toshinori. Midoriya sobbed and dropped to his knees because he missed him terribly. You're back. Well, not really, we're inside the realm of One for All, and I'm basically a spirit, Toshinori replied to him. But I'll still be able to communicate with you now. You won't believe how happy I am to even get a tiny glimpse of you, Midoriya said to him while she was still in tears. Same young Mido. Well, I guess you're not young anymore, huh, Toshinori replied. No, it's fine, you call me that, Midoriya said, wiping away his tears. Did you need to tell me something? When Toshinori said, yes, actually I do, all for one. Midoriya started to tremble a little in terror because he hadn't anticipated this information to be so grave. All for one. What do you mean all for one? The quirk, Toshinori said. I can feel its presence. When Midoriya said, BB but Tamura is dead, he must have passed the quirk to someone else before he died, said Toshinori. Since the majority of the LOV were either dead or in custody, Midoriya started to consider who this might be. Well, me and Ochako encountered this lady, and she was trying to steal our blood for the League of Villains, but I thought we disbanded them. Toshinori remarked, perhaps someone is attempting to revive the League of Villains. Midoriya informed him, you're probably right, I'll have Naomasa research it. Anything else you wanted to tell me? Toshinori informed him, yes, you can't go talk with Todoroki. When Midoriya said, what do you mean, I can't, Momo needs my help. Toshinori said, well you see young Midoriya, this is something Momo will have to do herself, and Midoriya remained perplexed. She has seemed to regain her lack of confidence, and you fixing the situation might make it worse. As Midoriya pointed out, I see, so me talking to Todoroki won't help Momo grow, so I should stay out of it, this is a challenge for them to overcome, she said. Toshinori started to nod. Yep, if you want to help their marriage and Momo, this is the way to do it. All right, Midoriya said, I won't speak to him. He was informed by Toshinori, well, I have to get going now. Midoriya said, thank you again, and Toshinori vanished. They talked, and then Midoriya walked back to Momo, who was waiting for him with open arms. So you talked to Todoroki, how did it go? Without planning how he would deliver the news, Midoriya started to scratch his neck nervously. Well, I didn't talk to him. Momo's excitement subsided. What do you mean? Well, on my way there I realized that I shouldn't be talking to him. You should, Midoriya stated to her. When Momo said, but Izuku, why, you said you did it. When Midoriya said, well Momo, I realized that this is your problem, not mine, she gave him a perplexed look. Then Midoriya heard how awful what he had just said sounded. What I mean Momo is that I know you can do it. I don't know Izuku. You can Momo, you're the number 19 hero, Creata, this is nothing, Midoriya replied. And think about it, what if I'm not available to help, what are you gonna do then? At last, Momo understood that Midoriya was correct and that she needed to handle this herself. She cannot continue to rely on others to assist her. That is her responsibility, not theirs. You're right Midoriya, I'll do it. That's the spirit Momo, noted Midoriya. Momo approached Todoroki with trepidation as she considered what to say to him. When she arrived, she inhaled deeply. Shoto. Momo, is that you? He said icily. Yes, it is Shoto, she replied. Please go away, I don't want to hurt you, he said to her. Momo said, Shoto, you won't hurt me, the words? You don't know that Momo, I might, were cut off by Shoto. You might what Shoto, said Momo. Shoto warned her, I might end up like him, and I don't want to risk it. I don't want to hurt you or the baby. Momo felt terrible for Todoroki because of all the trauma his father had caused him, but she knew she had to help him get over this. She took his hand and said, no Shoto, I'm not leaving and you're not either. You're not your dad Shoto, you aren't as greedy as he was or rude, you're kind, compassionate, and would never hurt anyone wrongly. Todoroki questioned, but what if I change Momo? That's not likely Shoto, and you can't just run away, if you do that you'll be making a horrible mistake like your dad, Momo stated. You gotta face this head on. Todoroki pivoted and retreated from Momo. He was not answering, and she was beginning to worry a little. Out of his left side, flames suddenly began to flare up. Knowing that this was his way of telling her he was staying, Momo grinned. Then he put out his fire and approached her. Thank you Momo. Momo's smile widened, and she planted a kiss on Todoroki. Todoroki returned the kiss, which gradually developed into something more passionate than a simple kiss. But Momo cut it short before it could get too far. Wait Shoto, Midoriya, I have to tell him you're fine. Todoroki rose from the ground and wiped the grime from his garments. Yeah, let's go. The two made their way back to Midoriya, who was eagerly awaiting them. So is everything okay? Momo told him, yep, everything is great, while glancing at her husband. Yeah, Todoroki replied, turning back to face her, and the two resumed their kiss. Since they were simply making out in front of him, Midoriya felt really uncomfortable. They weren't stopping, though. Oh well, that's great, Ochako, I'm coming to see that kitchen. Bakugo was once again watching television while seated on his couch. He groaned as his doorbell rang and said, I guess dumb hair was right, it does get a little better in season 2, but it still sucks. Do I not get one day of relaxation, where I'm by myself? He approached the door and was taken aback to discover that Mina was there. Hey Katsuki. Bakugo complained and wished her to go, saying, what are you doing here Pinky, shouldn't you be off making out with dumb hair? Well I don't know if I can do that anymore Katsuki, we have a problem, Mina stated to him. Bakugo questioned, what, did dumb hair do something wrong? No, he's been absolutely amazing like always, it's me that's the problem, Mina moaned. Bakugo said, what did you do? Well, Mina said, I can't cook. Sighing, Bakugo asked, is that all? Is that it? Mina said to him, is that all, Katsuki? This is important? How exactly? Bakugo inquired, growing increasingly agitated by this exchange. Just think Katsuki, who wants a wife who can't cook meals for them, I'm basically useless, Mina wept. You gotta teach me how to cook. Bakugo responded, yeah no, but he continued to believe that the entire situation was an exaggeration. Please Katsuki, my marriage depends on it, Mina pleaded. Since he didn't want to be the cause of their marriage's breakdown, Bakugo chose to accept Kirishima's lack of interest in such matters. Fine, I'll teach you. Mina was pleased. Oh thank you Katsuki. In pain, Bakugo rolled his eyes. Just be quiet and go in the kitchen. To begin the cooking lessons, the two entered Bakugo's kitchen. So what are you gonna teach me how to cook first Katsuki? I'm starting with rice, it's one of the easiest things to make, not even you can screw it up, she was told by Bakugo. Mina told him, got it Katsuki, and funny thing is, that's exactly the meal I failed to make for Eijiro, despite his lack of interest. Bakugo said, all right, let's see how much you know. What's the main ingredient in rice? Mina started to reflect. Rice. Bakugo remarked, that is actually a correct, good job, then he heard the ringing of his doorbell once more. What the, who else is here to ruin my day? When Kami said, hey Bakube, Mina was in the kitchen. Oh hey Mina, what's up girl? Mina informed her, oh, Katsuki is teaching me how to cook. Kami remarked, wow Bakube, that's pretty nice for you. Bakugo blushed and said, hey, I am nice, and I'm only doing it so I don't have to hear her whine. When Kami said, well, if you're teaching her to cook, you can teach me too, she rushed into the kitchen. He gave up, realizing it was too late. No, he said. When Kami said, hey Bakube, if you're the chef, she produced a chef's hat. You gotta wear this. Bakugo pulled a sour expression. No way, I'll look stupid. He was always so serious, but Kami knew how to make him laugh. Ah please Bakube. Bakugo was unable to stop her from doing her cute pout. With the most irritated expression on his face, Bakugo put on the hat angrily and said, fine, I'm putting it on. Ah you look totes cute, replied Kami. Mina smirked and said, wow, she sure can make you do anything Katsuki. You must really love her. Mina was shocked to hear Kami say, he does, he said it to me on our date, as she hadn't anticipated him genuinely confessing. Bakugo complained, you will never forget that, will you? Kami gave a wink. No way fam. Mina remarked, and I won't forget it as well. Bakugo moaned at the two and made the decision to restart. Alright, so what do you do first? I heard about this life hack where you blend the rice, Mina replied. That sounds stupid, don't believe everything you read on the internet, Bakugo advised her. Then Kami held up her hand, yes illusions. She remarked, you rinse the rice right bae. They went to the sink and started washing their rice after saying, that is actually correct, so let's go do that now. Alright now we're gonna put the rice and water in a pan. After giving a nod, Mina and Kami added the water and rice to the pan. What's next Katsuki? Bakugo explained, now you are gonna boil the water, over high, and the two did as he said. Okay now we'll wait for the water to boil. Okay, while we wait, Kami can you tell about the date where Katsuki said he loved you, Mina said. Totes girl, so he picked me up from my house, and he was totes staring, said Kami. No I wasn't, he corrected. Bakugo simply rolled his eyes at her remark, Cap, you totally were Bakube and you know it. Well went to go eat, and that was when I asked him why he loved me, which he said he didn't, to seem cool. Mina said, typical Katsuki, and Kami concurred. However, Bakugo disagreed and became irate. Hey, what you mean by that? Well these villains came but me and Bakube kicked their butt, and that's when he said. The two girls said, I love her, together. Bakugo said, well the rice has started boiling, hoping they would stop talking. So what do we do now, Mina said. Bakugo informed her, we put it on low, and wait for about 20 minutes, I'm gonna go finish my episode while we wait. We'll watch too, Mina remarked. While the rice was being finished, the three watched television. Mina exclaimed, whoa, that was really good, Kirishima was right as the credits rolled. Kami said, yeah, that was totes amazing, from Bakugo's lap. It was fine, said Bakugo. Well, I think the rice should be almost finished. After returning to the kitchen, the three removed the Raya's lid. Is it finished? When Bakugo said, yes, I'll taste it to see if it turned out good, he didn't like Kami when he first tasted it. Yeah, you messed it up somehow, illusions, I think you used too much water. Unexpectedly, Kami wasn't offended by this criticism. Well, that's fine, you still know how to cook bakube. Mina exclaimed, try mine now, with a mixture of excitement and fear. When Bakugo said, all right, I am, Bakugo ate her rice slowly, and Mina's anxiety increased as time went on. With a glimmer of hope, Mina said, how is it, Katsuki? In Bakugo's words, it's pretty good, really. Bakugo said to her, yes, don't make me say it again. The girl was filled with joy after hearing Bakugo's words, and she succeeded in cooking a delicious meal. Oh, I can't believe, it's good. She hugged Bakugo on the shoulder. Thank you, Katsuki. With a, all right, that's enough, Bakugo ended the embrace. He didn't want to acknowledge it, but he found the hug enjoyable. I'm going to go over to Eiji's house right now and cook some rice for him, Mina shrieked. Thanks again, and bye. Mina truly loved Bakugo, and he was grinning a little as she walked away. He noticed that Kami was grinning. What is that face for? Are you gonna mock me again? No, she said, somewhat to his surprise. What you did today was really sweet, and I mean it. Bakugo informed her, oh well, it wasn't that big of a deal again. In an attempt to dismiss it, Kami rolled her eyes at him. Well, you wanna go watch more TV, that show was totes good. After he said, I guess, but I hope you won't annoy me to death, the two moved to the couch. Following an extremely dull and uneventful day, Kirishima was currently watching television. Then he heard his doorbell ring and said, not even this awesome TV show can get my mood up. He opened it and saw Mina, the one person who could lift his spirits. Hello, babe. He said, hey Mina, I'm glad to see you, with a toothy smile. Well, you're gonna be even more glad because I have a surprise for you, Mina replied. The surprise made Kirishima even happier. What is it? She declared, I'm going to cook for you, with complete assurance. Given how her last meal went, Kirishima became a little anxious, but she wanted to be encouraging because that was manly. Oh okay, can't wait to eat it. Kirishima waited anxiously and fearfully as Mina entered to start preparing the meal. Mina finished the rice an hour later. Alright Eiji, here you go. Kirishima felt much better when he looked at the rice because it looked better than it had the last time. Kirishima took a spoonful of rice and ate it, saying, okay, here I go, Mina. Mina said, what do ya think? The red-haired man's face lit up with a broad smile. It's amazing, Mina, I love it. Mina excitedly gave her fiancé copyright a hug. Mina attempted to kiss Kirishima but was confused when she retreated, saying, oh, I'm so glad you like it, now you won't divorce me. Kirishima said, wait, what did you just say? Mina assured him, that you won't divorce me. Her remark caused Kirishima to start laughing. Mina, why would I divorce you? Because I didn't know how to cook, I mean what wife doesn't know how to do that, Mina said. Mina, I don't care about that, Kirishima informed her. You're beautiful, supportive, upbeat, and an amazing pro-hero. I love you so much, and you not being to cook wouldn't make me love you less. Nothing will, I'll always love you. He truly was the greatest man, and Mina was bursting with joy and fuzziness. Oh, I love you too. Mina gave him a big hug. Kirishima said, hey, who taught you how to cook? Mina tried to keep it a secret because she knew Bakugo probably wouldn't have wanted her to tell Kirishima that he taught her. I went to a cooking class, his name was Bakebo. Kirishima arched a suspicious eyebrow. Bakebo, that's a weird name. Mina remarked, hey, I didn't name him, Kirishima remarked. Well, I might as well finish this rice, it is delicious. Later that evening, Kirishima called after Mina said, save some for me Eiji, and the two of them ate some rice. Hey Bakubro. Oh hey dumb hair, did Pinky cook you anything, he inquired. Kirishima informed him, yeah she did, it was really great too. That's good, her cooking doesn't suck anymore, I guess those cooking classes are working, Bakugo stated. Kirishima said, Bakubro, I know you taught her, which caught the blonde off guard. Thank you, I really appreciate it. His words were, it's no problem, what's Raccoon Eyes doing right now? Kirishima informed him, I guess cooking really takes it out of her, because she is sleeping on my couch. Well, maybe when she wakes up, you can tell her that I wouldn't hate teaching how to cook other things sometimes, Bakugo reluctantly replied. Kirishima was taken aback but delighted by this. His best friend truly had a big heart. Okay, I will. Well, I gotta go. Kami and I are trying to finish the season. Bakugo replied. Well, you're in for a treat, the season 2 finale is amazing, Kirishima remarked. When Bakugo said, okay. Well, talk to you later, yeah, goodbye.
So this was it for the series. I hope you enjoyed it. To watch more series like this, subscribe to my channel. Till then, bye bye.